And your time will begin momentarily. You may begin.
Many people say that McDonald's doesn't need to take responsibility for making their customers obese. This is wrong because McDonald's doesn't always publicize all their health information and health issues you can get from eating their food. McDonald's started in 1955, and since then, it's opened in 119 different countries. McDonald's has 12,804 restaurants in the U.S. alone. A single Big Mac has 50% of your daily values, and that's half of your daily values just taken by one burger. McDonald's sells 20,000 milkshakes a month and more than 75 hamburgers every second. McDonald's feeds 68 million people almost every day, and that's 1% of the world's population getting harmed by eating McDonald's. There are more people eating at McDonald's every second. At this rate, McDonald's $8.7 billion in revenue from franchise stores alone will make McDonald's richer than the country of Mongolia. Also, McDonald's is the #1 food chain in the U.S. You can say now that McDonald's shouldn't be responsible for making customers obese, but people like Cassandra Bradley and her cousin blame McDonald's for their obesity. The Chicken McNuggets is made from pink slime, which is mechanically separated meat. It takes the chicken, it takes its eyes, its guts, and all the other parts of the chicken, which we would normally not eat. And it smashes it and presses it through a sleeve. And it's crawling and crawling with bacteria, so the workers wash it and soak it with ammonia. And humans are not supposed to have ammonia in them. You use ammonia to clean stuff, not to eat it with. And McDonald's should inform their customers that they're using ammonia in their food. Also, McDonald's is the largest distributor of toys. In other words, they're using toys to get kids' attention. Most kids just take the Happy Meal just to get the toys. McDonald's McRib has 70 of the same ingredients used in a yoga mat. And I don't think anyone wants the same ingredients in a yoga mat, and they want to eat it too. McDonald's, the top 3 countries with the most McDonald's is Japan, the U.S., and Great Britain. American children consume in between 110 and 165 more calories than they need every day. With those calories, they're not using it. In the result, they gain obesity. McDonald's is a key contributor to that. A small sized snack fruit of walnuts and fruits is equal to 210 calories just in McDonald's. Normally, they're not that much calories. A kid's burger at McDonald's is the same size as an adult's. So a kid is consuming as much as an adult, and the adult is about twice the size of a child, and they shouldn't be consuming that much at that age. Also, McDonald's Big Mac has 550 calories, 970 milligrams of salt, and 75 milligrams of cholesterol. Cassandra grew up in a poor area. Her dad only he made $10 daily, and her family had to live off of food stamps. Those food stamps couldn't buy organic food. They couldn't buy healthy food, which she should have eaten. When she was growing up at school, her school never offered a health class or a nutrition class, and her parents never mentioned health to her. So no one taught her all about nutrition. She didn't know anything, and McDonald's wouldn't tell her either. So she kept eating because no one told her to stop. She had no siblings, so she stayed at home and she played video games because she had no one to play with. So she had no exercise whatsoever. She also started realizing when she got to 14 and 15 that she was gaining weight. She hadn't realized this before, and it took her some time to realize. And that concludes my speech. Please vote affirmative.
Thank you so very much. Now we will have 20 seconds added to the cross-examination by the negative team. Please remain on your X. And may I please have the cross-examiner on the X next to your table. Please make sure that you focus all of your questions and your answers to the judges. And let's have a rumble, please. And you may begin.
You had stated that no one had taught her about health. Is that McDonald's fault?
Well, I mean, it's part of...
Please focus.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's not their fault, but she could have, like no one was there to explain it to her. Like, McDonald's could have put a label on it telling her that, there's all this stuff in there. They're killing people.
The question was, is it McDonald's fault that
Please turn around.
Is it McDonald's fault that she didn't learn about it?
It's not their fault, but it would have been better if they actually...
That's all I need to hear. Did you know McDonald's has their nutritional facts online?
Yeah, not all of it.
How do you know it's not all of it?
Because they don't tell you about the pink slime they use in their nuggets and all the other, disgusting stuff they do to their food.
What other disgusting stuff were in it?
Well, they use some of the same ingredients found in yoga mats. They use pink slime and parts of the chicken which you wouldn't really use.
If labels are placed on food, they'll lose their sales. Just like the tobacco company Marlboro. They lost many customers due to the labels. So McDonald's really doesn't have to, because then they'll just lose business.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but they could increase the price. Tell me.
Thank you. May I have 1 minute to compare with my team?
Sure. Left at 102. And your 1 minute begins. So that means both teams go into confer time if you need to speak with your team. Okay, that will conclude. And your time will begin shortly.
So, was it the pink slime that caused her obesity?
Well, it could have, because, she didn't have time to exercise. No one told her to eat right.
Thank you. Now, during the interview with Cassandra, I do not believe you were there. She had repetitively said, "My family gave me this, my family fed me that." This shows directly that she's blaming it on her family.
Can I have 30 seconds to confess?
Yes, that will be 1 minute. No, 1 minute. Are you done?
Well, kids can't really...
Just 1 second. Time will begin shortly. Okay?
Kids can't really make the choices. The parents are there for that. And her parents could only afford cheap food.
Okay. Now, you guys said that she had family issues with money, right?
Can you repeat that?
You said that the family was poor.
Yeah.
Then why did she drink pop every day when money was an issue, when water is cheaper?
Well, can I have a minute?
Sure can. 9 seconds. Shortly. And 9 seconds. Okay. And your time begins.
In her area, all the rich places would put all the waste into the water, and the water wasn't right. And so, anyways, the pop was cheaper, and the water was always.
Thank you so very much. That concludes the cross-examination.
Thank you.
Now we have the first negative constructive. Please, to the main X, and a rumble, please. And you may begin.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jagji, and I'm going to be giving the constructive speech for the negative team. How does one account McDonald's for the health risks of their food when it is based on the decisions that a customer makes? That is a question I ask you here today. The resolution for this debate is McDonald's should take responsibility for making their customers obese and should be required to post labels on their food to inform customers of the adverse health effects. We will be debating against the resolution and for McDonald's. My first point is this. McDonald's should not have to take responsibility for making their customers obese because they did not cause the obesity. McDonald's simply provided the food, and the customers decided not to eat the food in moderation. The customers can choose or choose not to eat the food. The customers can choose or choose not to take the responsibility to find out what is in the food. The customers can choose or choose not to eat the food in moderation. All of these choices are made by the customer, not by McDonald's. On the McDonald's website, every food that they sell has a nutritional chart. You can find out how many calories are in a Big Mac. Also, if internet access is not available, as a law since 2011, every big restaurant chain in the nation, including McDonald's, is required to post calorie information on their menus and drive-through signs. In other words, it's impossible to chomp down on a Big Mac without knowing it's 500 calories. My second point is this. In the interview with Cassandra Bradley, Cassandra stated that she ate at McDonald's 2 or 3 times every day. I am sure you are all aware that McDonald's is classified as fast food. It is meant to be eaten in times of tight schedules. It's not a restaurant. Then later in the interview, Cassandra said that she grew up with that, so for her, it was a restaurant. I thought about that. Let's just pretend McDonald's was a restaurant. Restaurants do not have labels posted on their food. They do not inform customers what is in the food, but even McDonald's, a fast food restaurant, does. So McDonald's is informing customers what's in their food just as much as, or even more, than other fast food restaurants and plain old restaurants. Since Cassandra had no suggestion to start eating the food in moderation, she thinks it's McDonald's fault, and they should make it even more clear what's in their food. I'll tell you why McDonald's is not planning on doing that. It's because they're a business. Businesses want as much as profit as possible. They won't like it if their sales sales go down. There is a limit to which businesses like McDonald's can tell their customers what's in their food before their sales go down. When tobacco companies put labels on their products, their sales went down. And that is even when tobacco is addictive. I think some people are getting confused with the word addictive and attractive. Tobacco is addictive. McDonald's can be attractive. It's in one's common knowledge that not eating processed food in moderation can lead to bad health. My third point is this. Cassandra and her family had the ability and the opportunities to choose a healthier choice. She said that she drank pop every day. I'm sure water is essential for health, not pop. Cassandra said she grew up in a poor environment, so if money was an issue, why had she chosen to drink pop instead of water? I asked her this question. She said her family had made those decisions for her. They never told her, so it wasn't her fault. Well, notice that she said family, not McDonald's. Her family made those decisions, not McDonald's. Like I said before, it's the customer's choice. The last thing I want to say is that McDonald's is not like a scary business people should be afraid of. McDonald's brightens up millions of kids' days over the world every day. It gives away more toys than Toys R Us every year. Toys R Us is a company with the word toys in its name. So just remember to think of McDonald's as a giver of happiness and joy.
Thank you. And a rumble. Please remain front and center. 25 seconds will be added onto your cross-examination time. Now, cross-examination by the affirmative team. Please focus all your questions and your answers to the audience or the judges. Thank you. And your time begins now.
Have you ever eaten at McDonald's?
Yes, I have.
Do you think their food is unhealthy?
If you do not eat the food in moderation, yes, I believe that it can lead to bad health.
Have you ever walked into a McDonald's restaurant?
Yes.
Do you see they post food labels where you can see it and why?
I do not see how that's related to this because it's not whether, because that's based on opinion. It's whether they do or they don't, and they do.
They do?
Yes.
Okay. You said in your speech that, wait, can I have a minute to confirm?
Sure can. 150 is left. Your time will begin shortly at 1 minute and 50 seconds. Okay.
During your speech, you said that Cassandra's family made her own decisions. But do you personally let your parents make your food decisions?
I did not say that. I said Cassandra told me in the interview that her family had made those decisions for her. Then I stated that McDonald's had not made those decisions. I never said Cassandra had made those decisions.
Well, does your family make your food decisions for you?
Yes, they do.
Would you say if you had a tight budget, you would choose the cheaper food that is already prepared instead of making it?
Yes, I would. And I would definitely not blame that cheaper food for that we had to use their food because they had a tight budget.
Thank you. Does your school offer a health class?
Yes, they do.
Do you think Cassandra's school offered her a health class?
No, they did not.
Do you think she knows that the fatty foods that McDonald's serves is bad for her?
I don't see where that's related again to this debate because it's not in McDonald's hand to make sure every kid in the U.S. has a health program in their school.
Okay, thank you. If you had a, wait, step on your minute, please.
Sure can. In 36 seconds. You have 1 more minute left after this. Seconds. Time will be shortly.
Do you believe that business money is important or a nation's health is important?
I believe that if somebody consistently makes bad choices, then yes, a business profit is much more important because how would you feel like if a parent keeps on telling some kid to do something and the kid never listens? And are you going to say, how would that parent feel if somebody says, hey, you're not caring about your kid's health?
Okay. Did you know that the McDonald's Big Mac alone has 50% of your daily values?
Yes, I know.
Thank you so very much. That concludes the cross-examination. And a rumble, please. Now we will have the first affirmative rebuttal. Please stand with the main X. And another rumble. And your time begins when you begin.
It is possible for many people to say that Cassandra Bradley could have made better choices. But one must understand Ms. Bradley's background before making assumptions that she could have made better choices. Ms. Bradley was handicapped compared to other people. She lived in a horrible environment where there were burnt houses and drugs. Her life was overturned by asthma and diabetic parents. She came from an unfortunate family like many others in her neighborhood. She never had any encouragement for making better choices. She faced a dilemma that many poor and low-income individuals go through, the choice between time, health, and money. In these circumstances, McDonald's was a practical and efficient option. Ms. Bradley started to depend on this food chain to provide for a filling, cheap, and decent-tasting meal. Her tongue did not have a choice to taste anything other than sugar-filled sodas and Big Macs. So she became a victim of fast food addiction. Is it not McDonald's duty to inform their customers? If cigarettes have to warn about their obvious dangers, shouldn't McDonald's have to reveal its gut-wrenching, well-kept secrets from people? McDonald's has recently put a nutrition list up on their website, but we surely know that it was not put up when Ms. Bradley was eating. The other team also has pointed out that McDonald's is a business and it cares for more of its sales. But this is technically saying that McDonald's cares for people's money, but not the people themselves. Does it matter if they get money if they don't have any people to eat there anymore? So is this what you want, an unhealthy nation and an unhealthy future? You decide.
Thank you. And a rumble. Now we will have the first negative rebuttal. Front and center, the X. And your time will begin when you begin.
In the affirmative rebuttal speech, she said that Cassandra Bradley was victim to the fast food, to McDonald's. That is very incorrect. She was not victim to McDonald's. She was victim to her parents. Her parents made Cassandra Bradley's fault, but it's definitely not McDonald's fault. Also, in the rebuttal speech, they said that the information was not put up when she was a child. They did not say what was in the food. But now it does. So why are they fighting the case when the change has already been made? I would like to connect this debate to an example. What if this one man went to Kohl's every day? He bought clothes from Kohl's all the time. And then he sued Kohl's for saying they did not warn him about telling that he could go bankrupt if he bought too many clothes. That is just as silly as this debate, as this lawsuit. May I have a minute to confirm?
Sure can. 46. Okay, your time will start shortly.
Should I?
No, not yet. Shortly. Okay, maybe begin.
Shouldn't fast food restaurants like McDonald's aim to make their food as attractive as possible? Isn't that what they have done? They have made their French fries look so good, but when people make bad choices, they get bad consequences. So how in the world is making their food attractive a bad thing? If Cassandra would have made better choices, or her family would have made better choices, she could have gotten better results. When you see the commercials from McDonald's, don't you always see those kids with a smiling face? That is because they made good choices, or their family had made good choices. It's not in McDonald's hand to make those choices for their customers. They have been the biggest fast food restaurant in the whole world. Isn't that what fast food restaurants should aim for? In the constructive speech, they repetitively said that people are eating at McDonald's a lot. They're selling burgers every second. It's in over like 100 countries. I just don't get how all of this is bad. McDonald's should aim for this. So if the customers make bad choices, it is not McDonald's fault. Also, in the rebuttal speech, she said that Cassandra came from an unfortunate family because they grew up in a poor environment and they did not have the money to get healthier food. I would like to relate that to choices and consequences. If they would have made a choice as if like...
Thank you so very much. And a rumble! Now we will have the affirmative conclusion. Please, front and center at the main X. And your time will begin when you begin.
Is this the way we want to run this nation? Caring about money over people? Then the health of our people? Is this what we would come down to? Money? None of the kids in the commercial were unfit. They were all kids just from anywhere who probably didn't eat at McDonald's as much as everyone else did. Her parents only wanted to feed Cassandra. They didn't want her to starve, and that was the only way they could feed her. They didn't have enough to support for healthy organic food. And she lived in bad conditions, and it was just that vote for it.
Thank you. And a rumble! Rumble, rumble, rumble. And last but not least, our last speech of the evening, the negative conclusion, front and center, at the main X. And your time will begin when you begin.
Hi, I'm Marina, and I'm for the negative side. In conclusion, we are saying that you are responsible for your obesity and your choices at McDonald's. McDonald's lists all their calories on their menu. Why doesn't McDonald's put labels on their foods? They put the ingredients on their website, and that's really all you need. The rate of customers will go down, just like what happened with the tobacco company. The tobacco company listed negative ingredients on their products, so they're causing their sales to go down. They're a business. Going to McDonald's 2 to 3 times a day should ring a bell to ask yourself, is this really healthy? As we said, McDonald's is a fast food place, and you eat there if you're on a tight schedule. McDonald's aren't the ones to rely on. You should eat in moderation and know what is healthy for you. So please vote for the negative side. Thanks.
Thank you.